Hello, everyone. It's so good to see you here on a Thursday. I'm going live in a completely different way that I hope works. This is my first time trying StreamYard, so it's a brand new experience for me. And I wanted to talk to you guys today about my top 5 book recommendations if you want to do a DIY growth program. So, say you're interested in mindful dating, but the money's not working out for you, or now is just not the right time. I want you to have some resources at your disposal because I know money is difficult for everybody, and I can hear what some of you might be thinking. Why on earth would Yael want to give me all this stuff and tell me to read these books? Doesn't she want to sell me coaching services? Well, here's the thing. I have referred people to my former coach, and at least one of the people that I've referred is currently married. Like, I referred her before I opened my own coaching program, and I saw her not long ago. And when I see her with her husband, I know that I had a big role to play in 2 people finding happiness. And that makes me just fills me with joy. It's exciting for me. I love that. And then there's the fact that I do coach, and one of my clients, I was just talking to her the other day. She's in a very loving relationship, has never had a love like this in her life, and she's so happy. And I know that I help 2 people. So if I make this video and you read these books and you find the love of your life, just drop me a line and I'll feel super happy that I helped someone find love. And the other thing I know for a fact is you can read these books and it's not going to be exactly the same or quite as good as getting coaching or working with a private coach or in a coaching group. And there are a couple of reasons for that. One is that you can't see what you can't see. So you can read all these books and then it's like applying it to your own life and seeing how it really fits in this situation or what it means for you in this relationship. You can't see what you can't see. There's always a blind spot. So a coach can help you see what that blind spot is, and coaches are trained to ask really incredible questions that will help you do that self-exploration. And there's another reason why coaching is really helpful and helps you go farther faster is that you get support for the things you can see. Because here's the thing, when you start to make changes and grow, you're going to start seeing how you could have handled that other thing way back there differently all along. And then you get a lot of emotions. You get sad, you get regretful, you get embarrassed, you feel ashamed, you feel demoralized, you feel really frustrated. So a coach and the coaching group can help support you when you're dealing with that situation of, oh, wow, now I've changed and I've realized I made needless mistakes earlier. So bottom line is a good coach or in a coaching group can support you in seeing the things that you can't see so that you can apply and make the changes today that need to be changed. And they can also help you deal with all of your feelings about the changes you wish you had made sooner. So without much further ado, I'm going to hop right into what these top 5 books are. And the first one really isn't a book. It's actually a meditation audio series by Pema Chodron called Noble Heart. But if you're more of a book person, Mindfulness Activities for Adults by my friend Matt Rizak is a great read. It has 50 different exercises. Yeah, there's my camera. Okay, 50 different exercises that will help you practice mindfulness. And mindfulness is super important when you're dating because everybody gets pre-date jitters, and it helps you be really focused and attentive on what is happening within you and between the 2 of you on every date you have and into your relationship as a couple. So mindfulness is really important in terms of also being able to be emotionally available. So if you're married or you're partnered, I still recommend mindfulness so that you can be really fully present with your partner and be emotionally available. And if you're dating, you can calm down and be present on the date and notice what's right in front of you. So that's the first thing I recommend. The second thing that I recommend, and I can't stress this one strongly enough, is nonviolent communication. I just hopped off of a coaching call with a couple that I'm working with, and we're really diving deep into this tool and technique, which is amazing for both of them, helping them communicate much more beautifully together. And it helps you do that inner work. When you use NVC as a tool for really learning what you need, what you feel, how you think about the world that's kind of creating those emotional reactions, super helpful. So highly recommend that book. And I recommend this book for everybody, not just if you're dating or in a relationship. Okay. So first we have Noble Heart by Pema Chodron. And if you can't get that, get your hands on Mindfulness Activities for Adults by Matt Rizak. Second, Nonviolent Communication. Now we're going to hop into the third. And this one, You Are the One You've Been Waiting For. This is an IFS book for couples, and it's amazing. It is like, you must read this book. It will help you understand your inner system, your parts, and you'll be able to speak for them instead of from them, which makes no sense to most of you right now, but it will. I'll be talking a lot more about IFS. And if you're curious now, please check out all the videos that are available on my The Hero Coaching page, because there are tons of videos on that approach and how I use it as a coach. But this book, You Are the One You've Been Waiting For, really helps you get to know your system a little bit better. All the parts that you have inside that are really vulnerable, that are afraid to get close and let someone in, all of your parts that are afraid to be abandoned. It gets you to know your protective system that wants to kind of keep all of those things hidden from you. And all of that stuff is at play right from the first date. And when you can date with an understanding of the parts that are getting stirred up, you can have a better understanding of whether you are a good fit for somebody. And when you're married, this will help you communicate in a way that can be like astoundingly healing. Like all of those parts, all of the protective systems that we have and the things that we do that kind of look a little nuts to the rest of the world actually are important. We did all of those things for survival reasons. So this helps us understand ourselves better, helps us talk to other people better. So moving on to the fourth book, Attached, The New Science of Adult Attachment and How It Can Help You Find and Keep Love. A lot of people, and you might be one of them, like almost everybody, say, I don't know, over 25 or 30 has had a breakup that has sort of crushed your heart a little bit and then makes it hard to open your heart again. You never love with that same innocence once you've had your heart broken. Other people really have just had a lot of childhood traumas or abandonments or losses. And like right immediately what leaps to mind is the adoptee community that I'm a part of. We've had a lot of losses and traumas in our lives. Our lives began with a traumatic loss, in fact. So it can be really hard in that situation to navigate the intense emotions. And the book Attached, helps you understand what's going on, what it looks like, and it gives you some practical strategies for overcoming that. So another book I highly recommend to everybody that I work with in the dating realm and also in the couples realm. So the couples that I'm coaching have read or have investigated all these resources that I'm talking to you about right now. And the last book, this book, 8 Dates, Essential Conversations for a Lifetime of Love, is by the Gottmans. If you are married and having a struggle, or if you want to get married and you want to know, really how to make it last, how to make it work, the Gottmans have done the research. They know what it takes to make a marriage last. This book, 8 Dates, is a book that I highly recommend reading before you get married. So you read it with your partner and discuss every chapter together. And it gives you a really clear understanding of what their worldview is, how they feel about everything. It gives you, like, seriously, not kidding, a step-by-step instruction manual for how to repair after a fight, because you're always going to have disagreements. And the deal is you have to repair afterwards, because it's not actually conflict that wears out a relationship. It's failing to repair. And there are better ways to repair and worse ways to repair. And this book will help you with that. If you're single and looking, even just sort of going through these chapters on your own will help you understand how you're looking at life and what you want and need. It covers things like sex, work, money, how to argue, family, community, what your dreams are, spirituality. So it covers like all the major dimensions of a person's wholeness. You'll come away knowing who you are, what you're about. And this was a book that Matt and I read when we were still courting. We weren't engaged yet. And it was our discussion on dreams that ended up launching Vihira Coaching, because we were in this conversation about what do you dream of? What is your, if you could do anything, if money weren't an object, what would you do? And I said, I would really love to be like a life coach, but sort of spiritual about it. And I'd kind of like to be, a dating coach. I'd really like to help people find and keep love, but like from a spiritual perspective, because that's really important to me and it would give my life a lot of value. And Matt said, if you know what you want to do with your life, why aren't you doing it? It was such a good question that I just had to launch my website within a couple of weeks and then go to coaching classes and then explore coaching and start seeing clients and say, yeah, actually, I think this will work for me. So that's how I got here, is actually this book. And all of these books have shaped my life and they inform my coaching. I read about, 50 books a year. So these are my top 5. And that's saying something, given the volume of reading I actually do. So those are my top books. For those of you who are interested in exploring couples coaching, please give me a shout out. If you're interested in mindful dating, please let me know. I'm currently revising that program and I'm very interested in having an opportunity to talk with people one-on-one about what your dating experience has been like, or interested in having you complete a survey. So when this is over, I'll post in the comments how you can reach out to me to get a time to talk one-on-one, or how you can fill out that survey, because it'll be super helpful for me in creating content that's going to help you. That's all I have for today about the top 5 books, and I'll just review them really quick for those of you who are tuning in late. The first one is actually an audio series, Noble Heart by Pema Chodron. But in lieu of that, you could also get Mindfulness Activities for Adult by my dear friend Matt Rizak, who is an awesome coach. And the next book is Nonviolent Communication by Marshall Rosenberg. And then we have Attached, New Science of Adult Attachment and How It Can Help You Find and Keep Love. You Are the One You've Been Waiting For. I would read this one before reading Attached. And then 8 Dates. Thanks so much for tuning in. Bye.